That night, Lila cried until there were no tears left. Everyone around her spoke of family duty and unity, but deep inside she felt the pain of sacrificing her own happiness. She had been reasonable, not selfish, yet the weight of it all crushed her. The next morning, Lila went to see her sweetheart, Jide. With a heavy heart, she explained the family's decision and told him she had to put her loved ones first, even though it tore her apart. Jide begged her to reconsider, to fight for their future together, but Lila gently ended things between them. She could not drag him into this family storm. She returned home and told her mother she would obey their wishes. Relief washed over the household. Preparations moved quickly, the bride price was settled, and soon Lila was married to Kofi, the man who had once been promised to her elder sister, Nkechi. On the morning of the wedding, Kofi's mother, Mama Ngozi, stormed into the preparations shouting, "Kofi, have you lost your senses? You are marrying the sister of the woman who could not give you children. Do you truly believe anything will change? That family is cursed with barrenness. Even if you marry all 10 sisters, no child will come." Kofi looked at his mother calmly and replied, "Mama, you want grandchildren. I will give them to you. It does not matter who brings them. Respect my choice, please." Kofi, Nkechi, and Lila settled into their shared home. Nkechi was kind at first, always reassuring Lila, "This is your home too, sister. Relax and feel welcome." She cared for Lila attentively, cooking her favorite meals and making sure she rested. Lila began to feel that marrying Kofi might not be the end of her world after all. 2 months later, joy filled the house. Lila was pregnant. Everyone celebrated. At last, a child would come to the family. They treated Lila like the most precious treasure. Even Mama Ngozi softened, beaming with pride that her son would finally become a father. Lila was forbidden from doing any chores. She rested all day while Kofi and Nkechi handled the family's thriving provision store. When they returned, Nkechi cooked dinner while Kofi sat with Lila, rubbing her swollen feet and talking softly to the baby in her belly. This routine continued happily for a while, but slowly Nkechi's heart began to change. She noticed how much attention Lila received, how everyone fussed over her while she did all the heavy work. Jealousy crept in. She could no longer bear it. One evening she told Kofi, Lila should start helping with the housework. "I will not slave alone while she lies there like a queen." Kofi replied gently, "Do what you feel is right, but make sure Lila and the baby stay healthy. That is all I ask." From that day, Nkechi's attitude shifted. She ordered Lila to sweep, wash dishes, cook meals, tasks she had once insisted Lila avoid. She stopped Kofi from spending quiet time with Lila and snapped at every small thing Lila did. Regret filled Nkechi. She no longer wanted to share her husband. Lila sensed the coldness and tried harder to please her sister, doing every chore without complaint, speaking softly, staying out of the way. But the more she tried, the more irritated Nkechi became. Kofi noticed the tension and spoke to Nkechi privately. "Why treat your sister this way? She did this for us, for you." Nkechi shot back, "She is my sister, and this is between us women. Remember, I am your true wife. You should care about my happiness first." The mistreatment grew worse. When Lila reached 8 months, heavily pregnant and exhausted, Nkechi could no longer stand her presence. She confronted Kofi, "I want Lila out of this house. She must leave after the baby comes. We will take the child. She is young, she can still find another man to marry." Kofi stared at her in disbelief. "What are you saying? She is your sister, carrying our child. You begged her to do this. You forced the marriage." Nkechi rolled her eyes. "I started it, and now I am ending it. The child is what matters. She can go on with her life." Kofi sat silently, looking at the woman he had loved and lived with for years. How had she become so cruel? He said nothing more that night. The next morning, Nkechi went to her mother and announced her plan. "After Lila gives birth, she returns here. We take the child, and she starts fresh. She never wanted to marry Kofi anyway, this is better for her." Her mother stared in horror. "Nkechi, when did you become this heartless? Your sister sacrificed her future, her love, her dreams, for you. She did it out of pure love, and now you want to snatch her baby and throw her away. Remember the saying, a foolish woman goes under the rain with only one wrapper. Do not expose yourself. Be grateful to Lila for covering your shame. Nkechi stood firm. Mama, I have decided. 2 rams cannot drink from the same bucket. Lila must go. The cruelty intensified. Nkechi made life unbearable for the heavily pregnant Lila, extra chores, harsh words, cold silence. Lila cried and begged, Sister, remember we are blood. Please. But Nkechi's heart had hardened. Mama Ngozi soon heard of the mistreatment. Furious, she marched to the house one morning, shouting, Not only are you barren, now you show your true colors as a wicked woman. You maltreat the sister who helped you after all she did. Instead of gratitude, you plot evil. In front of Kofi and Lila, Nkechi replied boldly, I am not harming her. After the birth, she gives us the child and leaves. That was why we brought her here. Mama Ngozi could not believe her ears. So I was right, you are full of evil. Only a witch thinks this way. Kofi, look at the woman you chose. If you had listened when I warned you to send her away, we would not be here. Turning to Lila, who stood crying quietly, she said with pity, after ruining your life, now they want to discard you. Go inside, pack your things. You are coming with me now. I will not leave you here to be destroyed, you or my grandchild. Kofi tried to protest, but Nkechi held his arm. Let her go. Your mother has solved our problem for us. That night at Mama Ngozi's house, Lila wept bitterly. She could not believe her own sister, for whom she had given up everything, including the man she loved, would treat her so cruelly. She prayed to God through her tears, asking for help and justice. 1 month later, Lila gave birth to beautiful twins, a boy and a girl. The family rejoiced. Mama Ngozi cared for Lila and the babies tenderly, keeping them safe in her home. Kofi and Lila's mother visited often, bringing gifts and love. Nkechi stayed away, too ashamed to face Mama Ngozi, but she waited eagerly for the moment to claim the children. 1 month after the birth, Nkechi told Kofi, it is time to bring our babies home. Lila can heal faster and find a husband sooner. Kofi nodded slowly. Yes. I will inform both families. We will set a date to meet and discuss everything. Do not worry, the children will come home. Nkechi beamed, believing her plan was finally complete. On the chosen day, both families gathered at Kofi's house. Lila arrived with her uncle, the twins in her arms, looking peaceful and strong. Nkechi served food and drinks graciously. After everyone ate, Kofi stood to speak. I thank you all for coming and for supporting my family. You know how Nkechi begged her sister Lila to marry me so we could have children. You also know what happened afterward. Today I called you because Nkechi asked me to bring the twins home without their mother. Silence fell. Nkechi looked away, avoiding every eye. Kofi continued calmly, I have been quiet through all this, watching to see where it would lead. But it has shown me the true heart of the woman I loved for years. I never imagined she could be so selfish and cruel. So here is my decision, and it is final, Lila is my wife. She will return home with our twins. Nkechi's face twisted in shock. Before she could speak, Kofi added words that broke her completely, as for Nkechi, I am no longer interested. She is no longer my wife. I want the bride price I paid for her returned. I will marry only one wife. Nkechi fainted on the spot. Mama Ngozi smiled proudly and congratulated her son on his wise choice. She led Lila and the twins inside. Lila's uncle tried to revive Nkechi. When she awoke, she fell to her knees, begging Kofi and everyone to plead for her. Her uncle looked at her sadly. He who shakes the coconut tree shakes himself. Turning to Kofi, he said, we will return your bride price. He left with his weeping niece. Seeing Kofi's mind was made up, Nkechi returned